Welcome back to the Daily Stack. Today, it's September 15th, 2025. Quick disclaimer, this is entertainment, not financial advice. If you cash out your Roth IRA to go all in on a wolf coin because someone on X posted, it's time. Don't blame me when your portfolio ends up howling at the moon. Let's stack it.
Eyes bloodshot, screen glow, late night grind, charge looking like a heart monitor, flatline, bear market blues, but I'm stacking through the storm. Wallet fattening, patience sharper than a thorn.
The crypto market is calm but not quiet. There's no major breakout today, but the underlying momentum is still leaning bullish. Bitcoin's been cruising in a tighter range after a solid run last week. It hasn't pulled back hard, but it hasn't broken out either. Think of it like the eye of the storm, still but full of pressure. Ethereum, on the other hand, feels like it's gearing up for something. It's moving differently. There's more confidence in the way it's holding levels, more consistency in its strength, and a lot more attention from institutional players. Altcoins, it's a mixed bag. Most are just tagging along. Some layer ones are still trying to claw back from their midweek dip, but one sector is buzzing, and that's the meme space. And yes, LandWolf just got loud. Institutional and regulatory spotlight, Ethereum's getting serious again. But this time, it's not just the crypto crowd that's paying attention. Structural shift around what's happening right now. ETF flows into Ethereum products have been climbing for days. That's not a headline pump. That's money moving through traditional rails. Institutions are looking for something they can hold long term. And more, they're choosing Ethereum. But it's not just the ETF numbers. When you zoom in on the blockchain itself, the story gets even stronger. Ethereum's supply on centralized exchanges just hit its lowest level in years. Less Ethereum available to trade means less ETH available to dump. And while that supply is shrinking, staking continues to rise. Over a quarter of all Ethereum, it's locked up, and it's earning rewards off the market, out of circulation, and aligned with long-term holders. On-chain activity is climbing too. Smart contract execution is up. Layer 2 bridging is steady, and gas fees, they're still manageable, which is rare in a bullish trend. Usually when ETH starts gaining traction, it brings congestion and spikes gas costs. But this time, the scaling is holding, and that's creating a healthier environment all around for users and investors. You've also got stablecoin inflows ticking up again. Large amounts of USDC and USDT are moving onto exchanges. They're not being deployed just yet. That tells us something important. People are preparing, they're positioning, they're watching. And most importantly, maybe, all of this is happening without hype. There's no Ethereum upgrade this week, there's no viral tweet, there's no celebrity endorsement. It's just slow, steady accumulation. That's the kind of move that tends to stick. And what we're seeing right now is Ethereum behaving like a mature asset. It's not chasing the spotlight, but it's drawing serious capital. The market's treating it less like a tech play and more like digital infrastructure, and that's a big deal.
Second too, but Ethereum specifically, why is this something you need to hold in your portfolio?
Well, to me, Ethereum's having its Bitcoin 2017 moment again. And to give perspective, in 2017, Bitcoin was under 1,000, but that was the year when Wall Street discovered that the narrative of Bitcoin is digital gold, and Bitcoin has gone to 120,000 now, so 120 times increase. In 2025, a couple things are happening around Ethereum. The first is the Genius Act is now making stablecoins kind of green-lighted, which is the ChatGPT moment for crypto, but it needs a smart contract, so it doesn't work on Bitcoin. The second is the SEC is pushing forward with Project Crypto, which is actually asking Wall Street to move the entire financial system onto the blockchain. Ethereum is the preferred choice for Wall Street because it's had zero downtime since inception, matching what the banks want, 100% uptime. It's also the most legally compliant and secure blockchain because it's recognized in the US and it's the second largest blockchain. And the third is almost all of it is taking place on Ethereum. JP Morgan's building their stablecoin on Ethereum. Robinhood is tokenizing on Ethereum. You know, the custody banks are doing it on Ethereum. So it's really where Wall Street meets, but that's also where AI is meeting crypto. Because as you know, as we tokenize and move towards robots, you need a token economy to control them, which is taking place on Ethereum.
When institutions start treating something like a foundation instead of a flyer, the market dynamic completely shifts. It doesn't mean the volatility is going to disappear, but it does mean the floor might be a lot higher than people even realize. So keep watching Ethereum, not just the price, but the behavior. Now let's slide over to meme coin mayhem. While Ethereum is quietly building strength, the meme coin world is doing the opposite. It's making noise, and right now, the loudest bark belongs to LandWolf. Wolf just ripped through the charts today. No big announcement, no flashy marketing, just raw momentum. Volume spiked, engagement spiked, and a lot of people who haven't even heard of it 2 days ago suddenly want in. It's a classic meme move. While other tokens consolidate or fade out, something under the radar catches just enough attention to spark interest, and then it runs. And LandWolf, it was set up perfectly for that moment. The branding hits, the chart setup looks ready, and once early buyers start piling in, the whole thing is going to ignite. Now let's be clear, this is not a slow burn. Meme coin runs like this are emotional, fast, and often short-lived. They're fueled by attention and timing, way more than fundamentals. But that doesn't mean they're random. LandWolf's run comes at a time when the rest of the meme sector is cooling off. The usual suspects, they lost some steam. Traders are rotating, and LandWolf was there waiting, fully liquid and ready to move. For some, this is just another microcap pump. For others, it's an early entry into what they hope will become the next cult favorite. Either way, it's moving. And right now, it's the meme chart that everybody's watching. If you're in play, great. Lock in some structure. If you're watching from the sidelines, just remember, no coin pumps forever. But while it lasts, it's got some heat. And that brings us to the tip of the day. Momentum doesn't always come with noise. Right now, Ethereum is gaining strength in silence, while LandWolf is gaining attention through volume. Both are valid moves, but they follow different rules. With something like Ethereum, the best trades often come when things are boring, when price isn't trending on social, but the metrics are getting stronger. That's what's happening right now. With meme coins, it's the opposite. You trade the hype. You ride the wave, and when it peaks, you don't hesitate to exit. It's not about conviction, it's about execution. The lesson? Don't treat every trade the exact same. Understand the environment, understand the asset, and know what kind of move you're playing for. And in closing, Ethereum is tightening its grip as institutional capital flows in, on-chain supply drains out, and real usage starts to build pressure under the surface. At the same time, LandWolf is exploding across the meme charts, with a breakout that caught almost everybody off guard. Two ends of the spectrum, but they're both telling us the same thing. Capital is moving, narratives are shifting, and the market is alive again. Only ever click the official hardware link in the episode description. Skip Discord promos, Twitter DMs, or meme giveaway hypes. Your keys remain sacred. So stack smart, stack daily, and I'll see you degens tomorrow.
Cold sweats, FOMO whispers in the ear. Dip buying discipline, fears a souvenir. Rug pulls, lurking wolves in the telegram. Dodge scams, now my portfolio's a pentagram.